What good is a fast car, a flash house and a gold-plated dunny to me? Absolutely no good at all. I've been put on this planet to protect wild...
In the last Lost Media episode, we talked about the death caught on camera of Timothy Treadwell and Dawn Brancheau, both being killed by disturbing animals. On September 4th, 2006, Steve Irwin was filming Ocean's Deadliest off the coast of Australia. He was in chest-deep water on a bright sunny day. A gigantic stingray swam between Steve and his cameraman. Steve ran his hand along the top of the fin. The stingray glided slowly, returned, and Steve touched it again. Then the stingray made a quick movement and darted away. Everyone enjoyed that day, not knowing what just happened. The camera panned to the sky, then back to Steve, who had a surprised look on his face. There was no blood in the water yet, but the stingray's barb had pierced his chest near his sternum. When Steve passed over the top of the stingray, it raised its razor-sharp tail, stabbing him hundreds of strikes in a few seconds. The scene cuts to Steve on a boat speeding toward shore. The crew is panicking. "Breathe," they tell him. "Stay with us." But he's pale, his breathing shallow, and then, weakly, he says, "I'm dying. I'm dying." That footage exists. The full video of Steve Irwin's death was filmed and has been seen by select people, but it will never be released to the public. According to his wife Terry, the footage was handed to authorities and she requested it be destroyed. "I would never want that tape shown," she said. "It should be destroyed." Coming back to 2022, a Reddit user wrote, "I saw the actual video. It was at the end of a documentary shown on American television. The narrator said the footage was never shown before on TV. They described the scene in vivid detail. The crystal clear water, Steve's movements, the strike in slow motion, his final words. But no such documentary exists. No network ever aired this footage. Yet the description matches exactly what would have been captured based on witness accounts. At first I thought this person somehow saw footage that was supposedly destroyed, or they've constructed a false memory so detailed it feels real. But, as the users noticed, the description he gave was no more than a copy-paste from a news article. Steve's cameraman confirmed he watched the footage once and called it terrible. 2 cameras captured the incident. The footage was given to Queensland Police, then to the Irwin family. Steve Irwin's final moments were captured on film, and according to those who saw it, his last words were an acknowledgement of his own death. The footage remains lost, likely destroyed as his family wished, and perhaps that's how it should be.
It's 8:52 here in New York. I'm Bryant Gumbel. We understand that there has been a plane crash on the southern tip of Manhattan. You're looking at the...
It's really exciting for me to be here. I want to thank Miss Daniels for being a teacher.
On September 11, 2001, countless people filmed the World Trade Center tragedy from every angle. But one piece of footage stands apart in its proximity to the disaster and its disturbing content. It's known as LOL Superman, and it may or may not exist. The search began in 2015, when a 4chan user posted about a disturbing video they remembered from childhood. According to their memory, the footage showed a cameraman at the base of the North Tower in the plaza. As the filmer got closer, they captured a jumper landing on a car only meters away. The video was graphic and disrespectfully titled. Many users remembered this video to varying degrees. Some recalled exact footage. Others remembered partial elements. In 2022, a user named The Sketchy Dude revived the search on r/Lost Media. The community recreated what they believed the video contained based on collective memories. According to their recreation, the video begins with two cameramen making their way upstairs toward the plaza. As they turn the corner, they find a collection of bodies at the base of the tower. Then comes graphic imagery of bodies falling onto the pavement. The cameramen get close-up shots before quickly leaving. I noticed that WABC TV footage shows two individuals walking up the same stairwell around the time LOL Superman was supposedly recorded. The positioning would make this footage unique. Multiple people filed requests with the FBI and National Archives searching for footage from the plaza. The responses were telling. The FBI stated, "The material you requested is located in an investigative file which is exempt from disclosure." The 9/11 Museum responded, "We do not have the right to share or license the footage you're looking to obtain." These responses suggest footage matching this description exists in some archive but cannot be released. Whether it's specifically LOL Superman or other graphic footage remains unknown. When searching for more information, I noticed that there are two recordings with similar subjects: LOL Superman and the 9/11 jumpers. Both show the tragic ways people end up trying to save themselves. LOL Superman exists in that space between documented history and protected memory. It may be real footage in an archive, forbidden from view, or it may be a collective false memory. Either way, it reminds us that not all history is meant to be seen. What I'm about to discuss is allegedly an album made entirely from audio samples of child abuse. I do not condone what this media contains. In 2018, a Forshan archive was found talking about an album named Pseudoscorpion, allegedly created by someone using the name Zenjin. It's described as an album made from recordings ripped from videos of crimes against children. According to discussions, the album could be found on file-sharing sites, though those links have been removed. The alleged album cover shows the face of a young girl, claimed to be a screenshot from an abuse video. There is hardly any concrete information outside anonymous forum discussions. People claimed to have listened and found it disgusting. A last.fm listing allegedly existed but was removed. Forum moderators take this seriously. Posting download links leads to immediate banning. The very discussion causes chaos, with users debating its legitimacy and legality. The question remains, who is Zenjin? Translating from Japanese gives all people, suggesting a collaboration rather than one person. However, this isn't the first album with this concept. Buyer's Market by Peter Sotos is a sound collage of sex crime accounts. Many speculate Pseudoscorpion is the more extreme version of it. Whether it actually exists remains uncertain. The lack of concrete evidence suggests it might be an urban legend, but the possibility that it exists is disturbing enough. If real, it represents one of the most depraved uses of art imaginable.
Police say the homicide count will top 2,200 before the year.
There was knocking on the front door.
Oh my gosh! What are they doing? That's it. We're taking him down. We're taking him down. Oh, you woman, can't you see the lights?
April 20th, 1999. Columbine High School. 13 people dead, 21 injured. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold would die by suicide after carrying out one of the deadliest school shootings in American history. But what they left behind would become one of the most controversial pieces of lost media ever discovered. The basement tapes, hours of video recordings the two made in the months leading up to the massacre. They filmed themselves in the basement of one of their homes, and what they documented was chilling. Planning their attack, testing weapons, explaining their motivations, discussing their expectations for what they were about to do. Law enforcement officials who reviewed the tapes described them as disturbing and revealing in ways that nothing else from the case was. Two young men who understood exactly what they were about to do and who seemed excited about it. Small portions of the tapes were shown to victims' families and certain journalists under the strictest conditions. Those who saw even these brief excerpts described scenes that have stuck with them ever since. But in 2011, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office announced that the basement tapes would never be released to the public. They cited several reasons: protecting the privacy of people mentioned in the tapes, preventing the footage from inspiring copycat attacks, respecting the wishes of victims' families who didn't want the killer's words amplified, and then they went further. The sheriff's office announced the tapes would be destroyed. Whether this actually happened remains one of the biggest questions in the case. Some sources claim the tapes were destroyed in 2011 as announced. Others suggest that copies still exist somewhere, locked away in sealed archives, too dangerous to destroy completely but too harmful to ever release. Transcripts of portions of the tapes have been published. These written records provide some insight into what Harris and Klebold were thinking. I'd like to make a thank you to Mark John Doe and Phil John Doe. I hope you don't get fucked. We used them. They had no clue. Don't blame them, and don't fucking arrest them. I'm sorry I have so much rage, but you put it on me. If you could see all the anger I've stored over the past 4 fucking years. You made me what I am. You added to the rage. Do not think we're trying to copy anyone. We had the idea before the first one ever happened. Our plan is better, not like those fucks in Kentucky with camouflage and .22s. Those kids were only trying to be accepted by others. The basement tapes remain lost, either destroyed or locked away. Small portions survive in transcripts and descriptions, but full footage will likely never be seen. They occupy a unique space in lost media, not lost because they were misplaced, but because someone decided the world would be better without them. Not all lost media comes from tragedy. Sometimes it comes from creative decisions deemed too dark. Regular Show was a Cartoon Network series with Halloween specials called Terror Tales of the Park, where characters told horror stories. The second special, Terror Tales of the Park 2, featured the characters crashing their van while trying to reach a Halloween party. In the final version, the episode ends with them revealed as ghosts heading to the party. It's bittersweet but not traumatizing. But that's not the original ending. According to the creators, the original showed the characters as dead bodies being loaded into an ambulance. The paramedic would turn around to reveal themselves as a zombie. An even darker version was considered. The characters would get in the tow truck after the crash, believing they're going to the party. The driver would be revealed as a demon taking them to hell. The episode would end with them realizing their fate as they passed their dead bodies. The truck would drive into a portal to a fiery dimension, and the final shot would show a jack-o'-lantern saying, "Happy Halloween." This was deemed too dark for Cartoon Network's audience. Regular Show could get away with a lot, but showing the cast being dragged to hell was too far. The ending was changed to the ghost version we know. According to the creators, they sometimes regret not keeping the original, but network executives were concerned about parent complaints. The ending remains in Cartoon Network's vault, a reminder that even in animation, sometimes the darkest choices have to be left behind.